2, we're back in our regular Zoom call. Although it was fun doing it live, they did make it incredibly difficult for just YouTube and everything. And so that's all fixed. But shoot, I would love to do some more live stuff like that. I'm Ian Nickel. Parker Tail is with me. Parker, what's up, man?
What is up? I am doing well. Can't wait to talk about a lot of different things. Last podcast we did was filmed live after an awesome OSU win, basketball win over BYU that we attended. A lot has changed since then for the OSU basketball team, and we will talk about it. But first, how are you? How are you doing, Ian? Are you doing well?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It's been a month. Let's say
Yeah,
that. It's
yeah.
been a month.
10
Uh
days in. It's been a month
10 days
as we're
in,
recording it.
11
11 days
days.
in. 11 days in.
Yeah, but I guess even before that, it's just the same. We've been all through that. But
Yeah, I know. But well,
yeah.
good to hear you're doing good.
Yeah, you doing good?
Yes, sir. Yes, I am.
Sweet.
Did you watch the Super Bowl? I know you did, but let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. I think I may have mentioned this before the playoffs started, but it felt like Seattle was just the better team this whole season and was the best team all season.
Yep.
And that's essentially what happened. Better team won. And it was a slog fest, absolutely, but it was still a good game. I liked it. Um, Man, that Seattle defense is scary. Jason Myers probably should have won MVP
Yeah.
of the Super Bowl,
If you
but
live under a rock and you're listening to this podcast, what we're talking about is Super Bowl. Seattle Seahawks won 29-13
mhm.
over New England. And like you just said, Seattle was the best team all year. They were in one of the toughest divisions between having to deal with the Niners and the Rams.
Beat them both to get there, though.
They did. And I think that Seahawks team, what I hope is they don't get lost to the annals of history because they were the number one scoring defense all season. And let's not be lost that Sam Darnold, complete cast off. Didn't work out at the team that drafted him, the Jets. Famous for the mono graphic where he's pointing at the screen. Goes to the Panthers, doesn't do well. Ends up at the Vikings, does do well. Parlays that into a contract with the Seahawks. They win it in his first season as a quarterback there. What an amazing job by Mike McDonald, second coolest guy in history named Michael McDonald. Um, and just the entire Seahawks organization, you can just tell that they're so well run. And if you go and look, someone was pulled up like their drafts the last 2 or 3 years, and the amount of guys that they got that are key players on this team is just staggering. It reminds me of a lot of the Eagles, honestly, just how well they've drafted key position players. And offense at times for the Seahawks wasn't pretty because shout out to the Patriots, their defense came to play in that game. Only gave up 22 points or
Yeah,
no. Well, yeah, and that's mostly field goals.
yeah. They gave up one touchdown.
Yeah, the Patriots defense gave up one touchdown, and then there was a scoop and score.
Hmm.
So shout out to them. They were the best team all year, and they deserve to be the champ at the end. If you're New England, nobody should get scapegoated for a loss. It is a team game. Will Campbell does not deserve the amount of blame I feel like that he's getting online.
Yeah, and we talked about this off camera, but it felt like he's catching a lot of flack. Now, I
A
don't
rookie,
know.
a rookie, by
He's
the
a
way.
rookie.
I don't know the exact sack numbers if like he was solely responsible for those, but it does go on the entire offensive line. There was a couple plays. No, I think that was New England where he was just kind of wide open and got the sack. Uh, it's this is a New England team that is still young, and it felt like they weren't ready for the spotlight. The lights were brighter than expected, and will they ever get that shot again? I'm not sure
I think they were.
I don't think it'll be next year because their schedule is going to be tougher, and I think there is going to be a regression. But that doesn't mean that they won't be back. I just don't think they'll be back next year.
Bills next year might be better with Brady, with Joe Brady. I don't know.
I would hope so because I don't think you
If
fire
the Bills
McDermott.
think that they're going to be way better because they fired their coach who had won a lot of games.
They got to get a star receiver in there, man.
True.
They need
They're probably gonna call the Eagles about AJ Brown, for being honest.
the old LaShawn McCoy trade.
But anyway, I think that the Patriots have a really solid defense. I think Vrabel was the perfect hire. Drake May had a bad game. He was under duress, but man, he was missing wide open guys. I mean, even when he wasn't under pressure, he was missing guys that he hasn't missed all playoffs, all season, really. And it was just an overall bad game for the Patriots offense. They couldn't run the ball. People, I mean, we're throwing the blame on the line and May. They couldn't run the ball at all. So they're being forced to drop back, and then Will Campbell is just getting cooked a lot. And again, it's not all his fault.
And I think that's a credit to Seattle's defense because I think they targeted him because they know that he's a rookie. And I think that's just good game planning by the Seahawks defense. And I that goes without being said. Like, I'm not sure how much like real blame you could put on New England. Obviously, they had a bad game, but how much of that was Seattle's defense being that darn good?
It's a little bit like what happened last year in the Super Bowl
Mm-hmm.
with Philadelphia and the Chiefs.
Yeah.
We just bull rushed them half the time. Mahomes didn't have any time, threw multiple interceptions. One of them was the pick six, and Philadelphia's offense played better than I think Seattle's did in that game, in their game. But the best at the end of the day, the best team won, and they're going to have a tough schedule next year. The Seattle will. But you never know with the NFL. I mean, who would have thought that the Bears would be in the playoffs? Who would have thought that the Broncos were going to be as good as they were and go as far as they did? Tell you what, Broncos are going to be back next year. That's what I think is exciting about next year's NFL season is we really just don't know. Nobody would have thought the Seahawks, both teams were long shots to make the Super Bowl, the Patriots and the Seahawks. And I thought it was a fun Super Bowl and I thought Bad Bunny was good at halftime.
Let's talk about the halftime real quick because that's been the subject of a
So yeah,
lot.
the uncontroversial, completely nobody
Yeah.
cares about it halftime.
Yeah. I mean, look, we're a sports podcast. I normally don't care about the halftime show. Most of the time when I was younger, that was the time I took a shower because I wanted to watch the commercials too. And we need to talk about the commercials too because those commercials sucked. There was one good one, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, I mean, Bad Bunny didn't do anything super controversial, unless I missed something. I could have gone without like all the dancing. There's a lot of gyration there. I don't know. I'm just like, hey, all right, man. But
Thought it was
it
in
was good. No, like it was a good performance.
I thought Gaga was bad.
I did too. I didn't know who was off key there. It felt like it was like there was something wrong.
Yeah.
And also, did you see the way her hands? I feel like her hands were like doing weird stuff. It didn't feel like natural
I did
movement.
not like that interlude. I will say the
Yeah.
rest of it I thought was good. I like Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Didn't turn on the Turning Point USA Kid Rock version. Um, and I don't have any comments about that.
I looked at the view count like afterward. It's like streamed 1 minute ago and there's like 5,000 views. I think it reached 5 million, which for
Here's the
them,
great thing.
that's a good amount.
Here's the great thing about this country
Mhm.
is that if you don't want to watch the Super Bowl halftime show, don't.
That's what I've been saying. That's what I've been thinking this entire time. Like nobody's forcing you to watch this halftime show. Nobody's forcing you to watch the other halftime show. It really like in the grand scheme of things, it was what, 13
17
minutes?
minutes. Yeah,
It was
7.
17 minutes.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna be mad about some that 17 minutes of time. Like it really, I guess when you come at it from the football perspective, I am there to watch the football game. The halftime show is secondary to all of that. Do what you want with that. Like my
Last year,
girlfriend was really hyped about it. And I understood that. And like there was a good message. We love everyone, which I think is a great message. Um, but like I'm not gonna go out here and be like Bad Bunny's my favorite. He's not. He's fine. And I thought it was a good show. And
yeah,
that's that.
bingo.
Is literally like it was so much nothing. Like everyone talked for no reason. I feel like we need to chill out on that. Just
Like I said,
I think just in general
you
with
don't want to watch
opinions,
it? No.
don't watch it.
If you do want to
Nobody's
watch
making you
it,
watch it.
watch it.
Watch it. Yes.
If you do watch it and you don't like it, great.
Cool.
You
Like
have
that's
that
fine.
opinion.
But we don't need to go. And this is probably just a big internet discussion. You don't need to criticize somebody for their opinion. You
No.
know, I think you probably like the halftime show way more than I did, and that's okay.
I would say that I'm with you. I'm there for the football. Usually at the halftime is when I get up and get food.
Mm-hmm.
And over the years, like off the top of my head, I can think of like I love Coldplay. Coldplay is one of my all-time favorite bands. So for that Super Bowl, I was super hyped to watch Coldplay, and I thought they were good. They also brought out Beyonce and Bruno Mars for theirs, so that's kind of a cheat code. But I remember when I was young, it was like dudes I didn't even care about, like The Who
Mm-hmm.
and geriatric Rolling Stones playing in the Super Bowl halftime show. Like it's 17 minutes, whatever. And last year, Kendrick Lamar called Drake a pedophile. And I
I
feel
was
like there
hyped
was
about that show. That
way
was
less
great.
controversy over
Yeah.
that.
Say Drake.
Like
I thought that was fun.
now, last year's a little bit different for me because I was really locked into the game,
Yeah.
but and I was nervous, but
Mm-hmm.
there was way more patriotic imagery and stuff last year that I feel like might have been even more controversial than the stuff that happened this year. And last year was
Yeah.
right after a controversial election.
Yeah.
So
What
I think it
was
was just like a lot of things on the internet, much ado about nothing. And I will say it one time for the last time. If you don't want to watch it, don't.
I agree. And it's funny. I'm trying to think back. Like I don't remember last. Like so, I remember Kendrick. I forgot who was before that.
Rihanna,
Who was before that?
The
I thought
Weeknd.
Rihanna was an Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl.
pretty sure Rihanna.
Was that not in Arizona?
It was
Who
the
the heck?
first one that was Apple Music branded.
I remember the weekend one because he was like going through the mirrors.
That was the
That,
one during COVID that was like I
yeah,
was really excited for that one, and it was hamstrung by COVID.
yeah. Because I'm trying not to look it up. I'm trying to remember who.
I'm looking it up.
Because who was it? Because I know Rihanna did it one year. I don't know. I don't really care for that. Although she makes some bangers.
Usher. Usher was
It
before.
was Ush. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, because he brought out Alicia Keys and they sang "My Boo." Oh
Yeah.
dang it.
Then Rihanna.
Yeah.
Then it was like the group in LA, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem.
Oh, that was a good one.
Then The Weeknd.
Yeah.
Then Shakira, Jennifer Lopez.
Oh,
Also Bad Bunny.
you know,
In that.
I didn't watch that one. Me and my dad left the room because we knew what was going to happen.
I remember
We
watching that
knew
with my
what was going to
roommate.
happen.
I remember watching that with my roommate. My girlfriend at the time walked in and was like, what's going on here? Justin Timberlake, Maroon 5, Justin Timberlake, Lady Gaga, Coldplay, Katy Perry, Bruno Mars, Beyonce, Madonna. I remember that. Black Eyed Peas, The Who.
Now I want to bring this up. Isn't it crazy how we forgot those halftime show acts?
Like I said, the only one I mean, I remember Beyonce, I remember Bruno Mars, I remember Coldplay. I I'm not sitting here being like, yeah, that's what I was there for. That's not what I was there for.
Yeah.
I was there for the football. And there were so many people that watched this Super Bowl because it was the Benito Bowl to watch Bad Bunny.
Yeah. Well, I remember
Again,
last year, like
good
they were
for
like,
them.
you ready for the Kendrick Bowl? I was like, they're doing the same
Good for
thing.
them.
Yeah. Do your own
A
thing.
lot of people don't care about football. Whatever. Watch
Yeah.
just for the halftime show and the commercials. If you watch just for the commercials, you were probably mega disappointed
Oh, we got
because they sucked.
that was
That
The
had to be the
Dunkin'
worst.
Donuts de-aged commercial
Mm-hmm.
is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Oh, that's not even the worst thing I saw. There's that vodka commercial with the creepy robots.
Which they're still playing.
Yes,
The
they played
Olympics.
that during the curling stuff today. We'll talk about the Olympics on the extra
That one's
point.
awful too, but
I
just
heard the ring camera one was bad too. I didn't even
when
catch
they
that. 'Cause I think it was
revealed to
like,
the world that they have AI face recognition, wild, wild. They
I think
literally are like in the Dark Knight when they have to find
yeah,
Joker at the end when Morgan Freeman is like in front of the huge board with all the different screens. Ring has that and is just like, oh yeah, by the way, we have that.
I have a ring camera in like my drawer because I got it for
Wild,
free
wild that they
when I
would
moved in here.
just don't tell people.
I don't know if well, I don't use it. I haven't used it.
No, I'm
I
talking about
may
Ring. Ring is you could have just had this technology and not told everybody, but then they told the whole world.
I kind of assumed they already did.
No, they did not
Everybody's
make that
tracking
known.
us.
Then you've got, but the Duncan thing. It's the biggest hodgepodge of like 90s sitcom stars, but also you have to have Ben Affleck there because he's a Duncan guy. Jennifer Aniston shows up. Tom Brady, de-aged Tom Brady with a terrible wig shows up. Like it's just an abomination.
They did too
And I
much.
I was asking myself, what are we doing? What are we doing? Who is this
Yeah,
for? Truly,
the
who is this
yeah.
for?
the AI has gotta stop. We gotta stop with the AI. Everybody
The only
chill out with the
commercials that
AI.
were good were the movie commercials for
No, so
Disclosure Day, uh, the Cliff Booth commercial, all that kind of stuff. The trailers.
did you see the Instacart one with Ben Stiller?
Yeah, which that one I thought was kind of funny
I like that one.
with Benson Boone.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was Benson Boone until somebody told me. I was like, "Oh, cool, Ben Stiller's here."
Yeah, I just I remember being excited for Super Bowl commercials, and nowadays it's just like slop, AI
Yeah.
slop.
Because then, what was it? There's the Coinbase one where they did the karaoke thing, and then everyone realized it was Coinbase, and they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you tricked me."
Even the Mandalorian and Grogu commercial was terrible, where it's like
Yeah, I was like,
the
"Oh,
Tauntauns is supposed to be like the Budweiser Clydesdales. It's like, what are we doing
is
here?
that what they were
Are
going
we
for?" Shout out
doing?
the Budweiser commercial. That was a good one with the eagle and the horse.
All
They
in
don't
all,
miss
I would give
Budweiser.
that Super Bowl if you take Super Bowls in terms of commercials, game, and halftime show, I would give that Super Bowl a C.
I was thinking C minus. Commercials bring it way down. The game wasn't that great either.
See, I don't weigh the commercials super high,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean that's like a D. So they get a D. Bad Bunny gets a B, and the game gets a B. So that averages to a C.
All right. I just pulled up the ad meter, which is like US Today, their top 10 ads. Number 10 was the Rain search party. That was number 10 as the best.
It's not a bad commercial. It's just like people just didn't get that Ring could do that, basically.
Yeah.
So people got scared.
Yeah. Oh, I'm the Kurt Russell one with the Michelob Ultras. That was good.
That one I feel like ran before the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Am I
well, it was like
crazy?
first quarter. That game kind of went long too.
I feel like I saw that before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But what was
Well,
number
that's the
one?
other
What
problem
was
is that
number
they're
one?
showing them
What
before
was
the
number
game.
one? What was number one?
Number one was the Budweiser,
Yeah, okay. What was number two?
the Lay's Last Harvest, where it's like the dad and the daughter, and
Oh
they're like,
yeah, that was
"Let's make
nice.
these potatoes one last time before I
That
retire."
was nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice. Number three was the Pepsi Polar Bears.
Funny. I thought that was funny.
I thought that was fine. I didn't think it was three. Number four was Goodwill Duncan.
Trash, abomination, slop.
I thought the Xfinity one was worse with the Jurassic Park stuff.
Yeah, that was bad too. Ugh.
I thought that was worse. At least the Duncan one was kind of funny. They didn't need to do all the de-aging stuff, but they had Post Malone and Shane Gillis and Peyton Manning in a Super Bowl commercial, and I couldn't even like tell you about it. It was like the keg one.
Yeah.
I can't believe how forgettable that was.
Well, that all like I said, all in all, probably a C for the Super Bowl, but that's all I've got. I thought it was an okay NFL season overall.
Yeah.
A
No,
lot of
it's
guys got hurt. Um,
yeah,
we're seeing that in the NBA too, but it's we'll talk about that later.
yeah. Out of all the
Let's
games,
go.
that was one of them.
Yeah. Let's go on to college basketball Monday night. Had one of the biggest games in a long time. Number
Hmm.
one undefeated Arizona traveling to the Fog to play number nine Kansas, who is undefeated on Big Monday games
In the fog.
in the Fog. 10 minutes before tip-off, Kansas star Darryn Peterson, who is a projected number one overall pick by some, is announced to not be playing due to, quote, flu-like conditions. After being seen warming up the entire time, looked completely fine. Set the internet on fire. Now he's being known as DNP. Kansas still, without him, ekes out a win at home. They remain undefeated. Thoughts? Arizona goes down for the first time this season.
So I will say, I think Arizona has got to face like a pretty big gauntlet. So we're gonna find out like how real they are, even though I like they beat UConn and Florida already. So we kind of have known how real they are. I still think they are the number one team in the country. But playing in the fog is hard. Um,
The Fog was rocking.
yeah, Allen Fieldhouse. We need to make a trip there. because that's, I think, one of the best environments in college basketball. Along with Duke and
Speaking of that,
UNC.
great Duke UNC game on Saturday.
Yeah.
Ended on a last second shot. UNC wins. Go ahead.
I'll tell you, they just keep on milking those Duke UNC games. Like it feels like they're all like within 5 points of each other every time. Like it's a cheat
Well, no,
code.
last year they blew them out both times. Duke and Cooper Flag blew
Oh,
the out of the
shoot.
water twice.
Yeah. It's funny. UNC lost to Miami on Monday.
Yeah.
But the Daryl Peterson thing, I think, I think it would be more of a talking point 10 years ago if he's just like, because I think he's missed what, 11 games this
Yeah.
season?
Including he didn't play against Duke or UConn and now Arizona.
Well, that's frustrating because why wouldn't you want to play in those big games? That seems very irritating to me. The talent is there, but is he going to do this in the NBA? It would be like, like what they're going to say on first take. Like, will this translate to the NBA with the load management and everything? It feels very Kawhi like. But Kawhi still won 2 titles, so
Why having a career resurgence this year,
yeah,
playing
he needs to
amazing
stop because
bad
that
Clippers
Thunder
team.
draft pick is
Yeah, on an amazing or on a bad Clippers team, he's playing amazing. But I truly do not know. I think it's suspicious and fishy. And of course, everybody saw the tweet of what was revealed to be an ESPN staffer.
yes. Okay, I did see this, like an ESPN contractor or something. Like, I guess he like freelances, but that was an ESPN person.
Right. It wasn't somebody from the University of
Mm-hmm.
Kansas. Basically, someone caught them on video texting saying that Self was mad about the situation.
Yeah.
And if he, which I would be too, if something
Yeah.
fishy was going on. I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel like if you've got flu-like symptoms, usually the university will say like midweek, something like, or like over the weekend, just be like, oh, Darren Peterson's dealing with flu-like symptoms, maybe because of how big
Yeah.
that game was. But 10 minutes before tip-off is fishy.
Well,
And he's
also, I
out there
mean,
warming up.
mm-hmm.
If there was any chance, like any question, I feel like he would have just been in the locker room. I don't know.
For that big of a game, though, I feel like you would just be like, yeah, I'm going to play. And I don't know if this is like an agent decision or something like that. Somebody is like revving up. They're playing Fast and the Furious out near my apartment complex. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if you heard that, but they are just revving and going and going and going. I'm like, holy cow, guys. Do this on the highway or something. Ah, wait, no, don't do that. No, 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 that's a bad idea. Don't street race.
Yeah. Stamp that as a our
Stamp that. Make that
the
you might
Going
need
for
to
Two
make that a
podcast
social
does not
plan.
endorse street racing, especially if you are located in Savannah, Georgia. Or no, sorry, in wherever Georgia University is.
Oh, Athens.
Yeah, Athens.
Well,
I
okay.
messed up
Well,
that joke. I butchered that joke, but whatever.
didn't James Pierce friggin' wasn't that because of driving and then also like stalking?
I don't have enough information to comment on that.
Okay.
I know it's not great, and he's been
It
charged with like 5 counts of felony.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna play it. Well, he might. I don't know if they'll play if he'll be in a Falcons uniform.
Tough.
Very.
I think
But
like I agree with everything you're saying. I think if they're like you play, you just play through it.
yeah.
Also, he only played one half against BYU against Devonsa. He only played for one half, and then he sat the second half.
What are we doing? Like that feels like just a complete red flag.
But I gotta you gotta think though, I just don't know. I just don't think Bill Self would deal with that kind of of tomfoolery. Like he would have if something really was fishy in that BYU game and he and an agent came down to him and said, Darren's not gonna play this second half. I feel like Bill Self would just say you're off the team. I mean, just leave. Like Jalen Johnson did at Duke 2 years ago. Just
Yeah.
halfway through the season, just like leave.
Okay. I'm so sorry. They just showed some. I just put on Spurs Warriors in the background. They just said Jalen Williams left in the third quarter with a hamstring injury in the win against the Suns.
Oh man.
He'll probably get shut down until the All Star break,
Yeah,
and you
that's what he's,
frankly,
he's been dealing with it.
yeah. But no, they will probably shut him down until the All Star break. Which is that this week? Is that next week?
Um,
And we can talk about that.
Next week, I think.
How much like the NBA All Star game just doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter at
They've
all.
done such a bad job with that.
Yeah, it's a joke. Um,
Yeah, it's bad.
but any other thoughts on Darren Peterson in Kansas?
It's concerning, but if it was 10 years ago, it'd be much more big of a deal. Obviously, he's trying to save himself for the NBA,
That's
which
sad.
doesn't make any sense. Like, dude, just play.
He's so good too. I mean, I've been talking about him all season, um, about how good he is, and but it's just frustrating if he doesn't have that drive, you know?
Yeah. That's,
I
I
am
mean,
not seeing this stuff about J-Dub. I'm not seeing this.
they just showed it on ESPN just a second ago. Let me find it. I'll send it to you. They
Okay,
just
now,
said he left the game.
yeah, but I don't, yeah, he did leave the game.
Oh, you okay. I was saying that they should shut him down for until the All-Star break. Not that the
Mhm.
team had done that. I was just saying that.
Oh, okay. But yeah,
At
it would be
28
if I was
points.
a Kansas fan, I would be very frustrated, but encouraged by the fact they won that game without him. But if you're Bill Self, it's like you can't kick him off the team because you know that if you have him, you're good enough to win the whole thing.
Yeah. No, definitely.
And so it's kind of just like I guess you just roll with the punches and just say like, "Hey, for the love of Pete, none of this stuff when it gets to the tournament. Like there's no load management that's gonna happen in the NCAA tournament."
Yeah. No, because you gotta well, and even the conference tournament too. Like you're playing I imagine Kansas will be a top four seed, but you're playing three games in 3 days. Is he gonna sit out those? Like that's really concerning going into March.
If if it happens again to where it's just like an unexplicable tightness or
Yeah.
sickness or something like that, then I feel like we'll be like, okay, this is like an agent. An agent is doing this.
Yeah.
I guess I'll choose to take the benefit of the doubt because the games that he had missed previously were for a hamstring. He like
Yeah.
had a hamstring thing. And then the BYU game happened, which they blamed on hamstring again, even though he'd been back for a little while. So we'll just see what happens. I mean, yeah, if I'm an NBA team, I'm like, hmm. Especially if you have the number one pick and you have a choice between DeBonsa, who we saw in person,
Mm-hmm.
Peterson, and Boozer, I think you gotta be saying DeBonsa. DeBonsa's a
Yeah.
dog.
The
And
Bonds
the
are a
opposite
boozer.
of quitting on a game. He
Yeah.
was playing till the end of that game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you want that in a guy to not give up. And I think scouts have to look at that and be like, look, if you're not willing to give your all, well, like what's the point?
Especially in the NBA. NBA is an absolute grind. It's a grind, and it's a
Yeah,
terrible regular season.
yeah,
It needs to
82
be shortened.
games.
It needs to be shortened. Nobody cares about the NBA Cup. Nobody cares
Yeah,
about the NBA All-Star Game. Lots of load management is going on, and guys are getting hurt left and right. The NBA regular season is kind of a joke, honestly. And so if you're not willing to even do it in college, what are you going to do when you get to the league and you got back to back against Charlotte and Houston? Like what are we doing, Darryn Peterson? If I'm his agent, I'm saying I would go the complete opposite and be like, no, you need to show your grit. You need to show that you can take this incredible talent and pair it with an insane drive, which is what Cooper Flag has. You know, I just don't understand it. I think he's getting bad advice, honestly.
yeah. I whoever's agent is probably has to be fired. Like that's bad.
Or he just doesn't have a passion for the game, which
There's
is
other players that have
concerning.
done that. Yeah.
That's concerning.
There was
Yeah,
a
but
guy, like a
that's
recent
usually
draft pick.
guys who have established themselves in the league, like
Hmm.
Kyrie Irving, Kawhi type guys. I mean, these are like multi-time all-stars that are like all of a sudden, you know, I've made my money. I'm not going to play back-to-backs very much
Yeah.
type of stuff. This guy hasn't played a single second in the NBA.
Yeah. He'll fit right on in.
So Big 12 is just an absolute meat grinder. That
Absolutely.
is not an excuse for the way OSU lost their game last night against Arizona State. That was not a game that you can lose. I understand Bobby Hurley is a scrappy coach, but Arizona State is a team that is beatable. I understand we were on the road, couldn't get a rebound to save our life in that game, and let's address that. You all of a sudden you take the Arizona road trip 0 and 2, which the game against Arizona you probably expect to lose, honestly.
I didn't get
Coming
blown
off,
out. I didn't like that. I was hoping, which
yeah, you're coming off the high of
yeah,
BYU game. You go to Arizona and they looked bad, but Arizona's really good. You got to turn around and play better against Arizona State, and they played terrible. So now all of a sudden you're staring down a must-win game at home against TCU Saturday. TCU just upset number 5 Iowa State. We'll see. I'm labeling it officially as a must-win
I
if they
think you
want to
have
make the
to, and
tournament.
you have to hope that TCU's coming off of the high of beating Iowa State. Um, the advantage is OSU will be at home, and it'll be an 11 a.m. tip, which I think benefits
Yeah, and there will be a
home
crowd
teams.
there for sure. There will be a good
Definitely,
crowd, and it's like I said, it's a must win. The first game against TCU, they lost at the last second. It was kind of an embarrassing meltdown, honestly, in the last couple of minutes. But you have to split it with them. And then you have to, all of a sudden these games that we talked about against like UCF, against Colorado, against Cincinnati mean so much more now that they just blew that one at Arizona State because they're must win unless you're gonna get an upset against a Kansas, against an Iowa State, against a Houston.
yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I mean, we went through the schedule. I won't do it again, but there's very winnable games on there,
I think
and
this OSU team has potential. I really
I
do.
do. I think I think where they're at right now, um, it's a good look for the future. So long term, I think they'll be okay.
Did you see what
Um,
the Mononati kid, Mal, I think Montanati, the recruit that's at Owasso.
No, I haven't seen him. What's up with him?
He had 56 last night.
Who do they play? Because there was another thing I saw.
Edmonds,
Was it
something?
a? Oh, maybe. I think it was a Wasso that like whooped the crap out of somebody like on Friday. It was like an obscure or absurd score, like 112 to like
Montanati.
15 or something.
Uh, Let me see if I can get through this paywall.
I'll tell
Oh,
you
it
this.
was Northwest Classen.
Yep, there was that
And
game.
it was 110 to 35. And it was a school record 16 three-pointers from Montanati.
Jeez
Nuts.
Louise.
He's a stud. And he's committed to OSU.
That's nuts. Holy cow.
That's for Lutz.
That's for Lutz.
I don't have much more to say about college basketball. I guess we can talk a little bit. We're kind of running long here. We can talk a little bit about, let's save it. Let's save it for later to talk DeBonsa, Peterson, Boozer, as we get closer to the end of the season, closer to the draft lottery stuff. But that's going to be an interesting decision for whatever team. It's going to be an interesting decision for the Thunder when they get the number one overall pick, to try to pick between DeBonsa. No, I'm just kidding. They won't. But
Yeah.
um,
Oh, that'll be fun. Did we? Oh, we did talk about trade deadline stuff. Never mind.
yeah.
Oh
So
no, the All Star game is this weekend because they just showed the All Star celebrity game at game is like this
yeah,
Friday.
who cares? Nobody cares.
Exactly.
It's the Worlds versus USA. Um,
But they made two USA teams.
but Shea is not playing for the
Yeah.
World. Sengun is going to replace him in the starting lineup. It's I just don't care.
Bad. No, it's bad. I think I think we pitchers and catchers report today. Baseball does a lot of good things that I don't think we talk about. Their All-Star game is probably the best one out of the
Yeah, but it
entire.
was crazy when they used to make it to where the winner gets home field advantage in the World Series. That was nuts.
I that was, but it meant something. I kind of like that though, that it meant something.
Yeah, but
It's crazy that it meant that, but
you are putting a lot of stock into
that.
a random group of dudes that came together with no practice together at all to win a game that could determine, like, that's huge to have home field advantage in the World Series. It's a good idea on paper, but it's kind of like a wild concept. It
Yeah.
certainly makes it mean more. Imagine if the NBA did that.
Then I think you'd see a lot of teams play harder. But also you'd have to go back to the East-West format.
Yes, you would, for sure. Imagine if the
Or
Pro Bowl. No, I'm just kidding. Home field doesn't matter. Doesn't matter for the Super Bowl. But
what if they did like I think what would be good is like king of the court. You get your best guy out there and you do king of the court or you do like knockout or something.
I like
Make
that
it
idea.
like make it like old school or something. You sent me this. Nick Wright's opinion was
White team versus black team.
yeah, that's
That's not our opinion. That was opinion that was thrown out by somebody else on the internet.
yeah,
Thought it was interesting.
I don't know about that one. I
You get the European guys though too.
yeah.
So a Euro, so let's just break that down. Like, what would a white starting five look like?
Okay. Well, I think do we count Chet as white?
Yes,
Okay.
Luka, Jokic, Chet,
Um,
Cooper Flag, Con Knipple.
that sounds about right. Yeah. Sengun.
I don't know about Sengun. He might be
He's
mixed.
solid.
He might be mixed.
Oh, you meant okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought you meant by like his potent, like because he was
If he's a
good.
white guy, yeah, for sure.
Is he not white?
I'm trying. Peyton Pritchard coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Um. Oh, Austin Reeves. He may
Steven
start.
Adams,
Austin Reeves will
Caruso.
start. Austin Reeves start. Con Knipple off the
Yeah,
bench.
yeah. Uh, you have Caruso coming off the bench too.
Caruso off the bench.
Uh, Max Strauss.
Yeah.
Uh, Porzingis.
Tingus Pingus. Get him on the
Pingus,
team.
Pingus. Who the frick is Tingus, Pingus?
The kid from
What?
the Warriors, Polzuski,
Yeah, I know you're talking about Tyler Hero.
Brandon Polzuski.
Tyler
Uh,
Hero.
hey, you know who looked good? Topic.
Topic, yeah, coming back from the G League. Heck yeah.
I think that, I mean, we're joking, obviously, but people would watch that for sure.
Yeah.
People would definitely watch that.
Jonas Valanciunas, Bogdan. I'm now looking at NBA white
Vucevic,
players.
Vucevic,
Vucevic, Sabonis, Hayward retired. Joe Ingles.
Joe Ingles
Duncan.
is not in the league.
Oh, is he not? Did he
No.
retire? I thought he was with like the Magic.
Oh, Markkinen, Laurie Markkinen,
Laurie Markkinen, Duncan Robinson, Joseph Horter, friend, the Wagners.
Tyler
Uh,
Hero,
Sangoon is white.
perfect. Tyler Hero,
I mentioned him. Dante DiVincenzo,
yeah.
giddy. He'd get giddy. Yusuf Nurkic, who was having like a career resurgence. Maxi
It would not
Kleber,
be a bad team. Any team with Luca and Jokic, that's going to be a pretty good team.
Brooke Lopez, Doug McDermott, Zubac,
Brook Lopez is definitely half black.
TJ McConnell, Scrappy.
TJ McConnell?
Let's get Ron Baker from Wichita State in there.
Oh
Let's get
god.
Jimmer Fredette in there too.
Kyle Singler.
Kyle, oh, he's not doing good right now.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, tough.
Yeah, I don't know if
But like I said, if
pray for
a
him.
starting five of Luca, Austin Reeves, Cooper Flag, Luca, and Chet, that's a good team.
That's a good team.
I understand that you're gonna have to go against
90% of the league.
Shea, Wimby, Anthony Edwards.
LeBron.
I don't know if LeBron will be on the starting five.
Oh, maybe not.
Jason Tatum if he's healthy,
Giannis,
and Giannis.
Jalen Brunson.
No, I think the starting five would be Shea, Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum, Giannis, and Wimby.
No, I put Jalen Brunson in over Anthony Edwards.
What?
I'm not a big Anthony Edwards guy. I think he's too inconsistent.
Yeah, but for an all-star game situation,
Oh, okay. Then if you're talking about like the five best players, I'd probably put Brunson in over Edwards.
well, that's how it'll go.
Yeah.
That is a tough starting five.
Yeah.
How would you even get a shot off between Giannis, Wimby? Uh, that would be brutal, honestly.
So then the question is, do we get the Latin community as well?
That's up to the commissioner.
Do we get
That's
Jamie
not-
Vasquez Jr.?
This should have been our extra point.
It should have. Dang it.
Maybe we should
Do you want to cut this
can
out
we
and then
retroactively make it the extra point.
maybe do you want to do the Olympics talk now? And no, I it may be too late because then I'll have to like go back and like do the intro again, and then I don't know.
Yeah, just leave it.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I've got for the main points.
That's yeah. I
I think we
think
should go
I'm
into extra point now.
let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening or watching. We are on YouTube, by the way, going for two pod on the YouTube uh internet, I guess. Um Podcast comes out every Thursday. YouTube video comes out on Thursdays, like 5 hours before or 5 hours after the podcast comes out. We are on your favorite podcast platforms. Please follow us on social medias. I am Ian Nickel on there, IANNIKKEL. Parker, give him your socials.
Parker underscore Troy 20 for Instagram, Parker Terrell 2 for X.com. If you should follow, like you said, follow the pod on both of those platforms. You're gonna
Mm-hmm.
get information about that. Also, some funny live uh, tweets and stuff and reactions. You're gonna get some clips on Instagram as well. On YouTube, there will be an exclusive every week called the Extra Point, which we're about to record. So check that out as well.
Think of it
Thank you
like
for
an
listening.
after show almost.
Yeah. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you for listening. We'll see you next Thursday for another edition of Going for Two.